All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel. It is time for collection video number 3, holes. And this one is dedicated, oh, look at that, he's off camera. I got to slide him in. I got to rearrange these or something. To my friend Jake from Bearded Gear, who always says that holes are better than studs. While I do not agree with him all the way, I think holes are pretty awesome. And I'm starting to get really good at spotty flicking, but I'll probably screw it up a few times during this video. I love thumb stud knives. I like flippers. I'm an equal opportunity knife lover. So while in some cases holes are more fun than studs, I have gotten to the point that I can middle finger flick some thumb stud knives too. So they're all good. So Jake, this is dedicated to you, but at the same time, I had to give a disclaimer there. So say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powder Toast Man, and let's get started. If you didn't expect a KnivesFAST video to be a little corny and a little dad joke, then I don't know where you've been. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's corny and there's dad jokes. So if you're not new and you didn't realize that was coming, I don't know how to help you. Here we go. Oh my goodness, I'm way off track now. So let's start on the top row here with the Spydercos. So still one of my favorite knives in the top of my collection, guys, is my PM2 Bento Box Shop blue textured G10 M390 exclusive. Dig this knife very, very much. There was your first proper Spidey flick of the video. And I just love this design, guys. I mean, I will probably end up with more PM2s in my collection. It is just a solid ergonomic dream. It is a great EDC, great slicey, great work knife. You know, I just love this knife. It does have my edge on it at this point. M390 compression lock. You guys know I like the compression lock. Go back and watch the Knife Professor video on compression locks. You will see that I like it. And for those of you who are shouting at your screen right now, whatever happened to the Knife Professor? It's coming back. I just got sidetracked. So here we go. Yeah, so, you know, why I only have one of these, I don't know. While this is one of my favorite knives because of the exclusivity of it, and yeah, I know some of you are out there shouting, why don't you have a Lynch clip or a MXG or something? I keep saying I'm going to get one, and then I keep putting money toward other knives. So I just haven't gotten one. I need to get a Lynch clip, a deep carry, and try that because I bet you I will love it very, very much like the rest of you do. But while this is one of my favorite knives, it is still not my favorite Spyderco design, but we will get to that in a moment. I know some of you. Anyway, Kevin, Lefty EDC, if you're watching, the knife I'm going to talk about is the one in the middle here, and you'll just glaze over at that time. So this is my lightweight Para 3. Oh, see, I told you, spoke too fast. So this is the black CTS BD1N. In the FRN scales, again, compression lock, great action. You guys have heard me. I can't get this one centered to save my life. I have worked on it a billion times. I've thought about, you know, trying to take it apart and work on it, but I'm just not that guy. I can't get it centered, and it drives me nuts. And I love to carry this knife, but I hate that it's not centered. It doesn't rub. I know it's not a big deal. Other than that, one of my favorite designs, and ergonomically, guys, just great. And for the size, it's great. I love the feel of this knife in my hands. Now, maybe I just, see? Maybe I just need to get rid of this one and get a G10 Para 3, and maybe I won't have the centering issue. I don't know. Y'all can comment and let me know what you think. But, I mean, I do. I love it. I just wish I could get it centered. But, yeah. And, oh, by the way, before I go too far, anything with a Spyderco wire clip, which that one needs to be tightened, anything with a Spyderco wire clip is my friend. And just really, really dig this. Now, the next section here are Mannix 2s. My favorite knife design, both ergonomically and blade wise, in my collection. And I know, guys, I hear you. Those of you who don't agree with me, is the Manix 2. It is a perfect EDC knife for me. Here is the CTS BD1 translucent blue version, lightweight. And here is, if I can reach it, the G10 full liners and everything else version. And this one is S30V. I love them both. They both have great practical applications. They are both ergonomically perfect for me. For those of you yelling, for me. I just love these knives. They are my favorite. I am really mad at myself for being disciplined and saving my money for another purchase I'm working on and not getting the Mystic Green version that Knife Joker just had. I am incredibly mad. I loved that one, especially with the 20 CV. I have no idea why I talked myself out of that, other than I'm going to Blade Show and I have some things I want to look at, so I was keeping my money just in case. Plus, there's some knives that have been coming through the channel recently for review that I am extremely interested in, and I already have two Manix 2s. So, there you go. But anyway, the G10, I've had this one. As you can see, it is definitely a user and a scratched up mess a little bit, not too bad. I have used this knife and put probably 3 or 4 different edges on it. No, I am not the greatest sharpener. And again, regular stock pocket clip, paper clip here, or wire clip, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm telling you guys, I just, no matter how you open this thing, no matter how you close it, what you do, to me, it is just, there we go again, behind the camera, I swear, just my favorite knife. I love the ball bearing lock. I just think it's very well done. And for me, it's fidgety and fun. I just love these guys. And I know you've heard enough, so we'll move on. So the next one will never leave my collection, and I have had people ask. This is the Mike Draper Folder. I can't really, well, let's try it. Nope. It's a little stiffer because it's a lock back. But man, just look, guys. Blue, got this almost skateboard tape finish on this back part. The blue in the titanium there, and that blue is cool. It's very similar to the blue in the Manix 2 lightweight. VG10 blade, almost 4, and I think it is right at 4 inches. Incredibly slicey, trust my leg. No, it opened in my pocket once. Not a good experience at all. Not a deep carry pocket clip. It is a liner lock, great lockup, well done there. Not really great access there, but I feel like this guy is so much more of a showpiece than anything else, and it does just that. When I pull this out, people are like, ooh, ah. And it's a gift. It was a gift when I left a job I was at for 26 years to go to another job, and awesome people got together and bought me this. It will never leave my collection. It's awesome. And the last Spyderco on the board here is the Ambitious, and this is one of my first. And guys, I've done videos on my small knives. Nah, it's not really a dropper, but it's okay. This is a Chinese Spyderco 8CR13 MOV. This guy gets a lot of use when I work. It's like a secondary, like a fifth pocket knife when I work. G10, full scales, liner lock. Really well done on the liner lock. I think this was like $40 or something like that for this little guy. I dig it. I carry this one a lot. It is a great fifth pocket knife, Spyderco Ambitious. I know some of you hate the lanyard going through the pocket clip, and I'm not a huge fan of it either. But it's okay. All right. Got to keep the theme going here. All right. And then down here, well, actually, I just messed up the theme. There we go. They're all clipped down. Okay, so If you've watched the channel recently, you know I really love this one. This is the Hogue K320. Long story. The story says Casey, KnivesFAST, goes out and buys a Hogue Deca. Does not care for it. Opens in his pocket twice, cuts him. He calls Hogue. Hogue says, hey, no problem. Talk to customer service, and they suggested this guy. And so they sent it and traded it out. And by the way, that was after taking in my Deca and looking at it to make sure it was right. It was. I didn't really want it after that. And just me. The Deca is an amazing knife. Very slicey, very good, very slicey. Trust my hand. But this one is more like me. Bigger, thicker. The action is such with the springs, that it's tight enough where it's not. I mean, if you do it hard enough, maybe you can feel it moving, but it doesn't just fly open like the Deca did on me. And I know a lot of people have said it's not super fidgety. I can still, you have to give it some wrist, but I can still do that. I can do this back and forth very, very easily. It is a great thumb hole opening knife for me. And by the way, I didn't really mention on this little guy, the Ambitious, you can flick it open. I didn't really say that with your thumb. I haven't really been able to Spydy flick it, and I'm not going to make a fool out of myself. But I can thumb flick it very well, or it's a easy. To me, this guy is the pull it out of your pocket and just roll it. Okay, where was I? So back on the K320. Sorry about that. Just a great knife. I love the polymer that's like the gun grips. And to me, this guy just locks me in. If you go to again, most of these have a forward finger choil, a whole lot of them. And I just really dig the ergos on this one, the way it feels in my hand, the way I'm locked in. Just everything about this knife is perfect for me. Just is. So the next two are both bucks. And man, I am drawing a blank on the name of one of them, so I may have to pause the video for a second, but we'll see. But this guy is a buck. I believe it's called the Spitfire. Let's see what number it is. It is the buck. It's like 702 or something like that. Let's see. Where's the number? 721. So yeah, this is the Spitfire. Again, aluminum handles, lock back. Great little hunting and fishing knife. Goes with me fishing a lot. Again, if I lose this, it's not the end of the world. I think it's like $40. I don't remember. Again, forward finger choil, a little small, so I kind of put my finger back. Great hollow grind. It comes in like orange and gray. Orange is great for hunting and fishing because if you drop it in leaves, you're going to find it. Not necessarily a super dropper, but doesn't need to be for a lock back. Great little knife. I actually dig the pocket clip for what I use it for because it's got great retention for me. And when you're running through the woods and you're being hit on the side with sticks and twigs and yeah, see how it's all scratched up? Sticks and twigs and briars and everything else. This guy does not come out of my pocket. Or sometimes I carry it on my backpack as well. It does have a lanyard slot for those of you that love that. Now, strangely enough, I may have to pause the video just for a second because I cannot remember the name of this thing. Or maybe it doesn't matter. This is the buck. Man. All right, we're pausing. Watch. Here we go. We're back. It is the Buck 289 Fluid. I should have looked that up before I did the video, but I didn't. So I paused real quick. To be very honest with you, this guy does not get a lot of pocket time these days. I have so many other knives, but I have used this out in the field. It is very sharp. It is a great hollow point. I mean, a hollow grind there, kind of a harpoonish drop point, or even maybe a clip. I don't know. It is a lockback. Now, if you saw on this guy, when you do get it past, I mean, it sort of drops like that, right? But it's mostly stiff. This guy was designed to drop. Okay, that was the whole reason they did this. But it is super loose once you do that. It is the most interesting knife in the world because when you're up here, it's very locked in. There is a little bit of wiggle there. There's a little bit of side to side, but yeah, you get it like that. But then once it gets here, there's a detent and it pops in. Or it might not be a detent. It may just be the back spring. But again, not a great flicking knife. Well, let's try it. Nope, not going to happen because it bounces back. See, that's what I'm saying. This is why it doesn't get a lot of time. And it was like a $40 knife, so I thought I'd try it. Because when it gets to that point right there on the lockback with the back spring, it just doesn't go. So yeah, I probably shouldn't even include this in thumb opening. No, I'm kidding. It is a hole opening knife. You just have to roll it. Let's just be honest and say what it is. It is a really interesting knife, and that's why I bought it. But sometimes interesting can also mean weird. And so that's one that's here. Now, in the middle here is the Giant Mouse Gm2. I talked about this in flippers, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. But I got to bring it in here because to me, that's where it shines. The whole thing about holes being better than studs is because people feel like middle finger flicking is so much fun, and it is. And so this one had to come back up. This is Giant Mouse GM2. And again, if you didn't see the other video, go watch it. But there you go. It is number... Did I have it right the first time? I can't get the focus, guys. I'm sorry. But trust me, it is a numbered one. There you go. You can probably read it. Number 27. There it is. I am blind, in case you haven't figured that out. But just a great little fidgety knife, big fidgety knife. I love the blade shape. It is a great thumb hole opener as well. Just having a folding Bowie knife. Are you kidding me? M390, great carbon fiber milled scales. Just love this knife. Now, the detent isn't super strong. It's another story for another day. And then really this should have been up on the Spydercos shelf up there, Spyderco part. This is the bird Caracara, and it is by all means a Chinese Spyderco. And you can see again, it's another lockback. Not going to be a super fidgety knife. Not going to be one you flick open. Well, let's just try. Well, okay, it does flick. You got to give it a little wrist. I don't think. Yeah, no, thumb flick. And so really, I mean, look at that blade, guys. Love the grind. It is slicey. It is super duper thin and slicey. Really almost over textured FRN here. But again, great where you can choke up, plenty of room, get a big full fisted grip. I carry this one from time to time, especially again, when I'm in a situation where I don't, I don't want to lose a knife, but if I lose a $20 or $30 knife, I can't remember, like $25, I think, I'm not going to die over it. Although my wife did give me this one, so I'd rather not ever lose it. And again, she picked this out on her own, which is really cool. My wife really pays attention to my hobby and asks me questions all the time about what I like and what I don't like. Again, typical Spyderco pocket clip, but it has, like the other Chinese one, the lanyard in the hole. And then this one was in flippers. This is the Bev-Edge, but again, for fidget purposes, I had to put it back in here because, again, even though, well, I mean, I thumb roll it mostly, but you can Spydie flick this one really, really easy. Again, the CRKT Bev-Edge has a bottle opener, really cool knife. And then two that I left off to the side here that have holes to open with. Again, to me, the Pilar is a well, let's just try it. I can't flick this knife. So I mostly roll it. And again, I haven't had this in another video, so I don't know what I'm talking about. This is a CRKT Pilar, stainless steel. It's the original. And by the way, if I go over here and no, this one is not in my collection, but I'm going to confuse you. This is Rusty Knife Lovers. The Pilar 3 is amazing at middle finger flicking. So absolutely amazing. Love that knife. Can't wait to review it coming up. But this guy should have been on the table. I don't know what I was thinking, but Again, ergonomically, it's perfect for me. And I love this knife. But again, it's more of a roller for me. I mean, there you go. I can thumb flick it with some wrist. So I'm not sure why I didn't have that on the table to begin with. Now, this one is a flipper. So I had this. This is the Wii Ignition. Nobody bought it yet. Still for sale. The Wii Ignition frame lock. And I cannot really do a good job. I can't. Because of lock bar pressure, I cannot really flick this one. It is so thin, I can't do it. So that's why this one was off to the side and will stay off to the side. But I had to show that it was a hole opener. So that's it. So that is holes for the KnivesFAST channel collection video. So anything that opens with a hole, and there you go. Sorry about the camera adjustments there. So let me know what you think in the comments. Any of these, just let me know what you think and what your, what you think about each one of them. And again, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully you really enjoyed the video, and really appreciate you guys and spending the time to take a look at these. Now, next is either going to be fixed blades or traditional knives. I'm not sure yet. And we shall see. They'll come up very soon. And there's going to be a total of 5, I think, videos. This is the third one, obviously. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for all your time. And again, give me a comment and let me know. And thanks for watching the KnivesFAST channel.